talking about the destination and the journey at that point in my career, 21, entering the competitive, not nearly as competitive it is now, I think, but the competitive work environment. My destination was money at that point, from 21 onwards. I wanted to make more money, which meant getting promoted, which meant doing the best job, and then getting promoted through the ranks. So. And I managed to do that pretty successfully as my destination. I had a mini crisis at that point in terms of my journey, because I earned the money. I'd said I want this much money by this age, and I reached that, and suddenly I was like, oh, okay, I'm at my destination, and what now? When I took the sabbatical, at that point I had been very fast-paced, very tough environment, great environment but very tough, and very financially focused. And I was going through divorce too, and I just felt that I had completely lost my purpose, my destination. I did not know where I was going personally or professionally. And I decided to take some time off, and that really was the right thing to do. The business said, look, take some time off, see where you get to. If you want to come back to us in 3 months' time, then do that. So I went traveling and did various, all the sort of, it wasn't quite a midlife crisis, but I did some cliched stuff, But one interesting thing is I went off to a retreat in Austria, and I had a real big kind of life destination moment there, where I realized that what was wrong with me was not about my body, which is what I had got, but it was about my mind. And that was a massive penny drop moment for me. So when I did return to the agency that I was working at, I returned in the capability as a creative and planning director. And that was a massive turning point in terms of looking at my internal compass and working out what that journey was. So that set me off on a completely new journey, which 7 years later really brings me to where I am today. I took the decision about 2 years prior to that to take a 4-day week without any children. I have no children as an excuse or a reason to do it, and I just felt that I was burnt out a lot of the time. I was exhausted. I wasn't doing my best work. I wasn't being a good leader. I was tired. I wasn't able to give my team and the people I was working with what they needed. So I decided for myself and for them that I was MD running a big team at that time, about 30 strong team at that time, and most of the people I worked with at board level, senior level, thought I was nuts. I mean, they just said to me, well, what's wrong with you? Are you ill? Are you pregnant? What's going on with you? And they could not understand that I just didn't want to be at the office, 50, 60 hours a week. And which a lot of them, whether they wanted to, that's what they were doing. But again, the agency I worked with at that time kind of was incredibly supportive. They let me do that, and I think that just made me so much better at my job, because I could never switch off. We all know what it's like. You've got work to do, you've got ideas you want to incubate, but you can't do that just sitting at your desk 9 to 5. So actually that day that I wasn't in the office didn't mean I wasn't thinking about work. It just meant I was a lot more, had time to think. And I think that idea of time to think, it would be one of the key things that I would say somebody, if you feel stuck, or if you feel like you've lost your purpose, you have to be able to make time to think for yourself. I think it really comes down to knowing, actually, going back to your destination, like what you're doing it all for, because it's a lot easier to have that kind of North Star and know that you're doing it. And certainly having a child has certainly made me really focused on being the best mum that I can be when I am with him. So that freedom value, I take time if I'm with him 1 day a week, I'm with him. I don't look at my emails, I don't talk to my clients, and everyone knows that's how I work. And actually, there's a lot of freedom that comes with, if people don't like the way that I work, then I don't work with them. I want to work with people who have the same values that I do, and you just don't have that freedom often in an organisation that's so focused on the bottom line. So it's a constant balance. Like every mother says the same thing, and it is a constant juggling act between focusing on business, giving your child and nurturing and loving your child, as well as your personal relationship, as well as earning money, the money that you need or want to have a particular lifestyle or way of living. So I'm not the adage of work hard, play hard. I would say I'm work hard, relax hard. absolutely. And I think the destination, this is also comes with age as well, I think, is that you do meet a point, I'm nearly in my mid-40s where I am starting to think about, not the ultimate destination, let's not get completely philosophical, but actually, what do I want to be doing when I'm 55? What do I want to be doing when I'm 60? How am I going to build something that lasts, that will serve me and maybe serve other people beyond that time, and not just be here today, gone tomorrow?